Hey, welcome to the Amazon FBA versus Deliverr video, where we're going to answer popular questions about Deliverr. We're going to see how Deliverr stands versus FBA. Deliverr is a fulfillment network that specializes on 2-day and even 1-day delivery. And today I have Tim from Deliverr with us today. He's going to present himself, and he's the sales team lead at Deliverr. So we're gonna answer these questions. It's gonna be a fun video, hopefully. Tim, man, could you please introduce yourself to us, man, and tell us about Deliverr, please?
For sure, yeah, appreciate you having me on here. It's a pleasure, been working with you. Yeah, so I'm Tim McDonnell. I've been with Deliverr for over a year. Like you had said, I'm a sales team lead. So, what I work on here is really offering a, best in class experience to our merchants. I manage a team of reps that work directly with our merchants. And I'm busy working on creating new channels and partnerships, which in the future our merchants will benefit from. So once they get into the Deliverr network, we're really going to work on helping them grow and scale.
All right, man. And so you have like a bunch of things you do at Deliverr. Sounds fun, right? I mean, it's not boring for sure. So can you tell us about Deliverr itself, like kind of what it is? Like I kind of presented it, but I guess you could do a better job, man, than me.
Yeah, for sure. Like really high level, Deliverr is taking the kind of FBA model. We use a distributed network of warehouses. We have over 45 in our network today, and we'll be at over 60 by the end of this year. And the way that we do it is we work with merchants to distribute their inventory. When it's in at least 4 locations, we're just doing last mile. So if I'm in Chicago and I place an order, chances are the product's coming out of a warehouse very close to where they're located. Versus if they're in LA and the consumer purchases there, your product's probably traveling from an LA or a San Francisco warehouse. So again, not very far. So that's how we do it. And I would say why we do it is because when you can offer 2-day and next day delivery, you're going to get more sales.
Yeah, man. And I got to say that as a seller on FBA right now, I mainly use FBA. It's still awesome. And they do have great shipment times, but there are some negatives to that. For me, at least this year, for example, it takes, I wouldn't say it took me, and it takes still a lot of time for Amazon to kind of check in my shipments. Hence, I'm not in stock, hence I can't send products. So I'm thinking of like alternatives, and also to kind of understand if there is a good alternative to FBA really. And that's why I want to ask you these questions, man, and see if it's good, because I have friends who are also selling. They are also running the same problems. So we're looking sometimes for these third-party warehouses, but it seems that you are kind of working as a fulfillment network that kind of specializes. It's not like you're not a third-party warehouse that also does it. You actually specialize in that. That's your biggest specialization. That's what I want to pick your brains today, man. So may I ask you a few questions, man?
Yeah,
fine.
For sure.
Yeah. So I guess we kind of covered the first one, which was what is Deliverr, because you answered that. So then I would say if we covered that, so the second one would be, what is the process of working with Deliverr?
Yeah, so like Deliverr is like at really high level, it's a self-serve system. So it's something that a merchant can go and sign up with and use without talking to anybody. But I would advise that you work with a Deliverr rep. That's one of the advantages of using our system is it is self-serve, but you can get people to kind of help guide you through and make sure you're getting, the full advantage of Deliverr. So, really where it starts is like, what is the channel you're selling on today? Is it Shopify? Is it Walmart, eBay? Whatever it is, we have direct integrations to several different channels and different listing tools. So wherever you want to sell, we can find a way to make the orders come in. So first step is sign up and integrate a channel. Second, that's actually going to pull all of your listings into the Deliverr portal, which is very similar to Amazon Seller Central. You can go through and you create an inbound, which is like a step-by-step process, probably in about 15 minutes. And at the end of that, you're going to have a packing list and the box content labels that you need. So full process, sign up, go through the inbound. About 30 minutes later, you have everything. You pack up your products, you send it in. You can either send it to one warehouse or you can send direct to the multiple warehouses. It really comes into how fast you want to be received. So that's pretty much it. You send it in. Once it's received, you turn on fast tags, and I don't know what other channels you want to sell on. Use your rep to kind of help you continue to add channels and find new places to sell. Mm-hmm.
So to me, it sounds pretty much like FBA on FBA. I mean, if we have people watching from Shopify here or other things you fulfill, I'm not sure how it works, so I can't really talk on their behalf. I would love to talk on behalf of Amazon sellers because, we have, it sounds like it's the same as FBA. So essentially, we print the labels inside Seller Central, we send them to our supplier, like we ourselves put it on the boxes, and then we send it to you, but not to FBA. So that's it. That's the big difference, right? Like it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially like we're Prime-like delivery for every other channel. So like ultimately for people who are Amazon sellers, and I understand they're coming in a lot of issues with FBA, but ultimately the truth is like stay with FBA. Continue to use them. They're going to help you get the most sales with Prime tagging. Deliverr can't get you Prime tagging, but what we can do is a few things. One, we can be a backup. And so we can fulfill FBM in case your FBA, like you mentioned, the receiving, other things like that. You can always continue to sell on Amazon if you have an FBM backup listing with Deliverr. On the flip side, what a lot of Amazon sellers are doing is you have this distributed inventory. It's an investment. And so what we're helping people do is if you're using that investment and you're backing up your Amazon inventory, you should hook up that same distributed inventory to multiple channels. Yeah. So Shopify, eBay, Walmart, it's essentially like if you have it sitting, give it as many opportunities as possible to be found. And so I think that's really where we're coming in and assisting people is keeping their Amazon inventory always live. On the flip side, it's like, where do you want to sell and how can we help you sell more? If it's Walmart and eBay, we'll get you the Walmart 2-day tags or the eBay guaranteed fast and free. If it's Shopify and you're driving people to your store through ads, whole another topic. And that really has to do with CPA and how we help do dynamic targeting. So again, it's just sort of different marketplaces. We want to help optimize how fast and free gets you the most sales wherever you're selling. But to circle it back around, I would say stay with FBA, continue to use them. Amazon's a great channel. Keep that running, but use Deliverr as a redundancy to protect your business.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's how I think about it. Like, I don't want to fully give up on FBA. I have no reason to do that. They're still cool. But because I see these kind of things that are happening, right, I would like to have other places. So either that's a third-party warehouse that does fulfillment or a fulfillment network that does it very fast. And, we have tons of questions to kind of cover. So it's going to be more clear, I guess, to the viewers, to myself as well. So again, the next question is number 3 is like, what is your shipping time? You can answer that, but still, it's like you said, it's possible to have 2-day delivery, 1-day delivery, right?
Yeah. So essentially it's the question of like, what are the different shipping speeds or service levels? And ultimately like what it looks like is you have standard delivery. So that would be 3 to 7 days and delivery. So when it actually arrives, then depending on the channel, we have different types of fast and free. So Walmart, for example, we have a Walmart 2-day rate that has been optimized for single unit purchases. And so that rate is going to be really good. And that's because of what we understand about Walmart, how people purchase there, and also our link to the dynamic tagging. Versus like Shopify, we also have 2-day. However, the pricing for it has been optimized for multiple unit orders. And that's because we understand if someone comes to your direct-to-consumer store, they're probably going to purchase more than one. So there are different ways that you can have 2-day on Walmart and 2-day on Shopify, but it has a different price for a strategic reason, and that's based on consumer purchase behavior. The other thing is that when we can work on stores like Shopify, our badges are dynamic. They're actually reading where is the consumer located right now at time of purchase. If we can offer 2-day, it displays that. If we can offer next day delivery, it changes. And the kicker is next day delivery is available in 40% of the country, and it's the exact same price. So it's a conversion tactic, and it's something that we're offering to our merchants. And really what it means is like next day delivery, that person's just really close to the warehouse. So we just need to get it out the door quickly, but it's probably traveling a handful of miles and that's it. So that's how it's
bro, I guess this kind of covers this. So if from what I understand, say I send you like 100 kitchen knives packed in boxes, right? And I have like 3 of them left, right, in this northern part of the States, and I have an order from the southern part. So it's gonna calculate that and say like, hey, that's gonna be a 7-day shipping, for example, right? Or maybe a 2-day if they have the.
So essentially, that is correct. It's in essence that it's like we will offer 2-day or next day in the region surrounding where we have product. If they're outside of that region, it'll pull the tags down. So that's how we're essentially protecting our shipping margins is we're not over promising anything that we can't, but we are promising the 2-day next day where possible at a great price. So let's say like you have something on the West Coast and someone makes a purchase in say Florida on the East Coast, we can still fulfill it. If we have that product in any warehouse, we can fulfill it. We would just be fulfilling those standard instead
I
of like 2 day
understand.
next.
Yeah, and you're expanding your own warehouses, same as Amazon does. So with time, hopefully, we're going to be able to cover, hopefully, all the maybe all the world, but you know what I mean, like.
Eventually, yeah,
Why
eventually we're
not, man?
going
I
to
wish you to grow. You know what I mean? Like really, 100%, man. But
yeah.
cool. I see how it works. And let me know about your prices compared to FBA. Like, is there like monetary wise better for us to use the Deliverr or not?
Well, so
Or
what
like
I would say here is that it depends on where you're going to sell.
all right.
Kind of coming back to like FBA and the prices on FBA, they're the best. They're the lowest. I would also argue that they are sort of a little bit conflated with what referral fees and other things having to do with utilizing the FBA system or Amazon in general. Whereas Deliverr, it'll just be the flat fulfillment fee. So say you're getting orders on Shopify, that gives you an opportunity to pay only shipping and marketing, but no referral fee. We can help you with that marketing expense by offering 2 day, next day. So it's like, there are different ways that we can help you sell more effectively or have better margins based on where the order happened, like which sales channel. What I would say is that with Amazon FBA, best price. If you're looking at multi-channel fulfillment by Amazon, MCFBA for your other channels, I would say we're competitive or better, and we have the next day. So that's the real kicker with Shopify is we have the best next day prices, and that's a great way to make your marketing more effective. So again, FBA, stay over there, utilize them for Prime. For other channels, I do think we're going to be the best price.
You've mentioned about the like platform prices. For example, on Amazon, once somebody, I believe it kind of makes sense, but if somebody orders from me on Amazon using Deliverr, I'll still pay the 15% fee to Amazon, right? It still stays the same because I sold on their network. Same goes for, I'm just not a Walmart seller. I don't know what kind of fees, but their fees they're going to take, but you take your own shipping fees, fulfillment fees. They are not going to charge you their fulfillment fees, obviously, because you didn't use them, right? They used you. And yeah, as you mentioned, the FBA prices are the lowest, it sounds, but still in different other marketplaces, or for the FBA, that's how you call it, multi-fulfillment, when you fulfill orders with FBA to Shopify, say, there you are somewhere competitive, right?
I would say, that's exactly it. Is like when they're actually fulfilling Amazon FBA orders, the fulfillment cost is very, very low. But when you look at their fulfillment on any other channel, it's high, equal, or like higher than us. And that's because they're not getting that referral fee. And so they have to make it higher. So like the exact same product, they can fulfill it through an Amazon order and they can fulfill it through a Shopify order. They're going to charge much more for that same Shopify order, just because that's how MCFBA works. And in that regard, we're lower. And so anyone who's fulfilling Shopify, eBay, any of those other channels, they're going to get a better price with Deliverr. They're also going to get more functionality.
Pretty cool, man. And right, so this leads me to the next question. So say, all right, we decided to use your services, right, and gonna try, working. But what happens if you do not deliver the order on time? Say I'm an Amazon seller and I would like to keep my account clean, right? We gotta, Amazon has rules and I respect them, right? It makes sense. We want to make the customer happy by providing them each of their sale on time. What happens if I fulfill with Deliverr and it doesn't come there on time? What kind of, what would you say as a company to this kind of thing? Or, that makes sense.
Well, so the first thing I want to be super transparent about is it's an unprecedented time. We have COVID, we have an upcoming presidential election. And so I would say, like, in general, our 2-day capabilities and tags have been retracted by the data team. And so we're still not offering the promise of 2-day or next day in places we can't deliver it. So those badges are dynamic and we're not gonna overpromise. Other than that, I would say our on-time delivery is about 98%. And that's even factoring in 2-day next day that we've guaranteed. Going further into this holiday season, I think there are going to be a lot of unexpected turns. There are rate surcharges. There are USPS's limiting pickups, other things like that. So we're having to get a little bit more strategic and also disperse product a little bit further. And so that way, if one warehouse is too backed up, we can always pivot to another warehouse in that region with our merchants inventory and fulfill from there. So that's to explain kind of what we're doing to help make sure we hit our SLAs. If we do miss an SLA,
Sorry,
which
SLA's time.
service level agreement, so that would be delivery time. Sorry. There's all these acronyms, so many acronyms. And if we miss it, if you use the 2-day next day tag on Shopify, we will actually offer you a $5 credit that you can give to your consumer. And so that way it's like a promise and a guarantee you're going to get it on time. And if you don't, you get a credit towards that merchant store. For other channels, if we do miss an SLA, it's not necessarily like there is no like other types of refunds or types of guarantees. So I would just say like we have a really good on-time delivery. We don't overpromise. But that said, like there are going to be probably a few packages that miss this holiday season, and there might be just nothing we can do about it. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a factor coming up here. Mm-hmm.
So 98% usually gets delivered on time, which is pretty awesome. And for those that are connected to Shopify, I guess you build a system connected, which is automated, which makes sense. Then it's easier to issue that $5 that the client will get as a little incentive because, a mistake was made. But on other channels, it's just
exactly. And it's also
there,
about,
say, right?
it's about that relationship that merchants have through their direct to consumer store. You want to build trust. Ultimately, I think most merchants want to get orders through their direct to consumer store. And so that's why we're really leveraging our 2-day next day. And we're offering that promise of the $5 is because we're trying to help you acquire more customers on that channel and keep them after that. So the way to keep them is have a really good shipping experience.
And man, okay, the next question would be, but what happens if you deliver the wrong product, which kind of is in the same category, like, right? If you, instead of delivering, a knife that I was supposed to sell, and that happens on FBA for Amazon sellers that use FBA, you probably had it, it's normal. But again, what does Deliverr say about this kind of thing?
Yeah, so mispicks do happen, thankfully not very often. And the reason why is because we really try to eliminate all like the human error, out of everything. And the way we do that is in our network, we utilize a system of barcodes. So everything's getting scanned in on the way in and everything's getting scanned out. There's no way to go in or out without getting scanned, and barcodes don't lie, thankfully. So usually we don't have this happen very often, but if it does happen, the consumer gets the wrong product, then the merchant files a case to deliver. We will refund it at the manufacturer's cost, and we'll refund you the fulfillment fee, and then we can help you send out a new one. So it's like if we do a mispick, just communicate it, file a case. You'll have a rep that you can also pass to escalate the case out further, and we'll refund you on it. Like it happens, we're trying to avoid it, but we want to make right if it does happen.
And that's fair. I mean, that's what happens kind of on Amazon as well. And it's the same process. You need to share it with the guys. Would you fulfill a case? Not fulfill a case. Just why don't you fulfill a case? You just create a case, right? Create a case.
You can fulfill it too.
Yeah, you can fulfill it.
I think you create. Yeah, we'll fulfill it.
Yeah,
we'll fulfill the case.
Deliver, right? And right. So, but if things happen and you just do that, you will get a rep with you, I believe, that will check. Probably it's in the system, so we're gonna see. Oh, actually, there was this thing misplaced. Sorry, that's it. We'll refund you. And that's, in my opinion, fair. I'm not sure what's your refund rate. I mean, because you shared 98 for the on time, but I'm not sure if you have the numbers here, but I would assume that mostly it doesn't happen.
A refund rate in terms of like who we refund for like mispicks or other stuff like that?
No, yeah, like if we, I mean, like I don't know if you have a number, cool, but if you don't,
I don't have any data in terms of like, and sorry about that going on in the background.
That's the bread man getting ready?
Yeah, the bread's getting ready. But we don't have any data around how often mispicks or anything like that happen. I would say anecdotally from my experience is I don't think we've ever had a merchant that I haven't worked with to get that refund. Just like we just need a little bit of evidence, but if that happens, like we want to make right on it. We're a growing company, we're well funded, and we're really trying to expand our customer base. So we're not going to lose a couple of customers over a small refund here.
Yeah, that's what I see with people, like with companies or people or individuals. If somebody comes with a problem and they come with the right evidence and, the company wants to help you. That's what I'm saying. If this company is good, that's how I see things. So,
well, and the other thing is, I think sometimes people, and me too, I hate putting in tickets. It's the worst. And sometimes you feel like you're putting it in a black hole. I think the advantage of delivering with our system is like, we do need that record and we need it to go in to deliver, but take the case number, pass it back up to like your rep, who could even be someone like myself or someone on my team. That way, once they have the case number, it makes it very easy for them to communicate the issue internally. So I'd say like, yeah, do the case, get that out there for us, but you can have someone who works on it immediately. Just reach out to your rep, pass them the case number, and it makes their life and their job very easy too.
Yeah, I see. So you have a case system and it's, have case numbers. So if you have one rep, second rep, you just, show them the case number and seize
Get the case, pass it to your rep, and then we can help resolve it pretty quickly.
Cool, man. Thank you for that. And about what are storage fees? Do you have storage fees? Like we send products to your warehouses, same as on Amazon?
Yep.
How,
exactly.
How does it work?
So,
yeah.
We actually have two fees. It's fulfillment and storage, and it's all based on the weights and dimensions of your product. So it's, in terms of storage, is very, very similar to Amazon. 72 cents per cubic foot per month, and that's Q1 through Q3. And then we're coming into peak season. So Q4 has peak season storage rates, which is $2.40 per cubic foot per month. Very much in line with Amazon. Space in the warehouse is at a premium this time of year.
Yeah, man, I think I'm going to link down the description for our viewers, a link from your website to these numbers, because maybe listening now, somebody maybe is driving, who knows where people are, and it might be like a little bit hard to think and see the numbers. So we're going to have a link to that. Hopefully there's this right. And the website.
Yeah, we actually have a cost calculator. So if anyone's an Amazon seller, they can get their ASIN, drop it in our cost calculator, and that'll actually pull the weights and dimensions from Amazon. So it'll tell you exactly what the rates in the storage would be. You just need to drop that number in.
All right. So I'll link to this down description as well for people, right? It's going to be easier.
Cost calculator, perfect.
I see, man. So there are storage fees, obviously, because we got to store products at your place. Okay. So next question would be, do you support other marketplaces rather than FBA? We did answer that. So could you say which ones again? So we can kind of...
So the ones that we have direct connection would be Shopify, Walmart, Wish, and then we are launching Amazon Connect to FBM. And very soon we will also have probably end of October, we'll have a connection to BigCommerce. So that's the next launch that we're going to have. Other than that, we have about 13 integration tools. So, if there's other sales channels like Etsy, et cetera, there are ways to add a middleware to get there. Otherwise, those other 5 I mentioned would be like the direct channels that you can hook up straight up.
Tim, I had a little lag when you said that. You said Amazon, Wish, Walmart, and I didn't hear
eBay. Yeah, then it was Shopify and eBay were the last 2. So I'll give you all of them. It's Shopify, eBay, Walmart, Wish, Amazon, and then pretty soon BigCommerce.
BigCommerce.
So those are the direct channels, and then we have the listing tools. Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, man. Good to hear that you're growing. So another question, man, is do you handle returns? So for example, on Amazon, people have returns, right? So can they return to your warehouse or no?
So short answer is no.
All right.
We do not handle returns. We're not set up to do the actual generate a return label. So that's some technology that we're working on building, and hopefully we'll have it in Q1 of 2021. The next piece is that we need to find the right warehouse partners that will have the staff to be able to check for fraud, repairs, other stuff like that. Yeah. So we don't have it right now, but in the meantime, part of my role here at Deliverr is going out and finding sort of solutions for our merchant base. And a part of that would be prep warehouses as well as different returns companies. So some of them, they actually manage specifically apparel. So they can repackage, they can repair the products, kind of do anything you need there. And so that would be apparel. We have a few others as well. I would say, again, work with your Deliverr rep. We have all these partnerships and we've negotiated really good rates. So use your Deliverr rep as a quarterback. So it's like, you want returns? Let me know what you need. Let me go and negotiate it for you and then bring the opportunity back.
I see. So concluded as it's not integrated in the system. However, it might be in the future. And currently you can just maybe make it happen.
We can outsource, and we've negotiated special rates for Deliverr merchants. Mm-hmm.
I see. Pretty cool, man. And if I have another question for you, what happens if you lose products? That's kind of, I guess, connected to, we had if you don't deliver on time, and then if you do the wrong products, kind of connected. So what happens if you lose products? I guess the same, right? You would refund.
Also, Yeah. So I mean, essentially, we always like have to double check after products come through if there's any like discrepancy in terms of the inbound, in terms of what was received. That would be going through a case and just like understanding, did they leave it on the dock somewhere? Like, where's the product? More often than not, they find it and we're like, okay, good. But overall, in our terms of service, there is a 1.5% shrinkage, which could be allowed. So essentially, the 1.5 is like an acceptable level of products that, you know, are essentially lost within the warehouse. So that's the policy. Again, we're trying to do our best to like make sure this doesn't happen. We want to protect your inventory, but that would be like the technical answer is that 1.5 there.
Nice. I would recommend the viewers generally with each service they join, with each network they work with, go read the, how you call this, the code of conduct, or no, what's the right name for this?
I think we call like terms of service.
Terms of service. I think code of conduct is connected to like the country or something, or to yeah. All right. But yeah, that makes sense, right? Just see what are the percentages, what are the allowed, because you like eventually sign an agreement with any, you know, with the Amazon, that is, right? They're going to say, hey, if you're willing to do and work with us, that's what we can offer you, and just read what they're offering. So that's the bottom line, right? But yeah, exactly. Cool, man. So there's like a 1.5% that potentially is like acceptable on this agreement to happen. But I would say probably that if we have good relationships, maybe, you know, again, it all comes down to that, right? Like
I would put it this way. None of my merchants are getting that 1.5%. Yeah. You know, I think it really comes back to working with your Deliverr rep. They're an internal advocate. I want to have all my relationships go off well. Like, I'm going to protect that merchant's inventory like it's my own.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. I think that's the way to go with custom, you know. Yeah, pretty nice, man. Respect for that. And another question, man, like that's interesting for me. You know, sometimes on Amazon, right, I get these orders that, for example, somebody orders kitchen knife from me, right? And I have these coupons to, let's say, buy 2, get 10% off. That's like essentially one order, but like 2 products are sent. I have a question. So Deliverr, like can you, so do we pay fulfillment kind of for multi-order? Do we pay extra fees to you or not? For example, because it's 4 products, right? In one kind of sale I had, but what would happen with this, I wonder?
Yeah, so it would be a higher fulfillment fee. We don't do it on like, it would not be like a new item that includes multiple of 4. It'd be taking the original sellable unit and then applying like a multi-unit pricing scheme to it. So for example, with like Shopify, as you add more units in the order, each unit in that order is going to be at a lower cost. So like say like 1 unit for this product on Shopify would be like $7 to fulfill. If you have 3 units in that order, it'll probably be like $3 or $4 per unit. So the overall cost is 12, but it's not like multiplying
it's not
at that
28, right? 7, 8, 7.
Exactly. So there's a discount that's applied because we're using less. It's not 4 different boxes. It's not 4 different picks. And so that's sort of why.
That's fair, man. That's fair. So yeah, as you mentioned, like each next unit goes through a discount, maybe up to some amount of units or something.
It's actually, I'm glad you brought it up. It's up to 5. So up to 5 units. But then if you have more units in an order, you just take the 5-unit discounted price and you apply it to the multiple. So figure out the per unit, multiply by the 6 or 7 or whatever it is. And the reason being, we're direct to consumer. So that's why most orders are going to be 5 or less. And that's why the discounting has been worked out that way.
Nice. Pretty cool. I generally would recommend, like, now it's not connected to Deliverr, for merchants to give some sorts of discounts to have the bigger average cart value, just for yourself, but also for the rankings and the algorithms. On Amazon, it helps if you have like bigger cart value and, you know, somebody buys through a specific keyword, then this keyword might fly up. And, you know, so
yeah, I can say from like on a personal note, I was buying some clothes the other day, and I found out that when I hit $200, I got 20% off, and I went for it. I did it. So it works, getting discounting when you buy more.
Yeah, that's also a cool way when you, like, as a company, you can say like, hey, shop $200 with us, get a 20% discount. So nice,
yeah, man. I think I even joined their loyalty program too, so they can keep marketing at me.
So that's good. I guess they're doing good work, right? And you're enjoying the process, right?
Pretty nice, I need to go out there and make them a Deliverr merchant, though. That's next step.
Drop them a message, man. Tim, another question, man. So international shipping, for example, with Amazon FBA, we have this option to allow like someone from Canada to buy in the States, or somebody in even France buy from Amazon US. You have this option at FBA. Do we have it in Deliverr, international kind of shipping?
So short answer is no,
Yeah.
but we are working on it. We actually launched international. We launched a beta over a year ago, actually. What we were trying to do was flat rate pricing per continent. That actually got a little tricky. And so we decided that that model wasn't very good, because it was basically like, it was flat rate, the same cost to go to England or to go to like Australia or India or wherever, you know? And so it just didn't necessarily like work out, but we are trying to apply that same flat rate pricing so that upfront the merchant is going to know how much it's going to cost. We don't want you to get, you know, roped into like a huge cost that's variable. So I'm hoping we'll have international again starting in early 2021. COVID has made it a little bit more difficult, so that slowed us, but it's in the works, but we can't offer it today.
Pretty cool, man. Thank you for that, for clarifying this one. And another question I have, which kind of sums up my questions here. So can we ship to FBA from Deliverr? So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to ship like 500 knives to Deliverr. Then I might send like 300 to FBA. Is this doable or not? Or somewhere else?
So what a lot of our merchants do is, because we have a very similar inbounding process to FBA, in the sense that a lot of our merchants, either from their like home base warehouse or from a prep warehouse, which again, we have partnerships, so just reach out to your Deliverr rep about it. But essentially what they do is they prep it almost the same. So they have a couple of pallets prepped for Deliverr, a couple of pallets of the same products prepped for FBA, and they just ship them off to their respective networks. So we'll fulfill everything else, they'll handle FBA. But that's to say that we cannot receive removals or direct shipments from FBA, and we can't send it to them. So it would have to be at like a freight forwarder warehouse that you like set this up and navigate it. The reason why we can't share big shipments with FBA just has to do with, once the product comes in and gets put on our shelves in our warehouse, repack it, it will not be compliant bound, and likewise for them. That's why using a freight forwarder as a middleman or your internal warehouse would be necessary to kind of move that inventory around. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Question is, say I shipped like X amount of products to you. I'm like, bro, I need them. Tim, can I, bro, get them to my, you know, other warehouse, like third party warehouse? Can I take it from your shelves to X place after we've sent them to you, or we?
So you can, but there are removal fees. And the removal fees, right, I would say they're prohibitive. You know, they're trying to prevent inventory from coming in and then going out. The other thing is that it's peak season. So we're really focused on outbound. We're focused on hitting those SLAs, getting the packages out. So that's to say, like, and inbound receiving, because obviously we got a lot coming in. That's to say, though, that doing removals is not a priority for peak season. So typically the next few weeks, we're going to start closing it down where like we can't get you the removals back until January. And that just has to do with our priorities, you know, getting the products in and then out instead of removals. So
yeah, that's good. That's good that you covered this, man. Yeah, because, you know, if we want to send like 5K products and we're like,
well, and that's why,
you know,
and we definitely had situations like that arise. So I would say Deliverr is flat rate upfront, no contracts, start with one SKU. So that's to say, like, you know, never overcommit, you know, put in whatever product, you know, you can commit to it, hold on to the rest of it just for the time being. So you don't get a sticky situation. It's like, you could always send more into Deliverr. It's really hard to pull it back this time of year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, man. It does. And one, man, Tim, do you have a few more minutes, man? Yeah,
I'm good.
I want to ask another question. We're kind of finished with these questions, but one question popped in mind. For example, why would I choose Deliverr versus a regular third-party warehouse that does fulfillment?
I would say because of, it really comes down to what do we do best? What is Deliverr specialize in? And that's 2-day, next day. Like, we are not going to be a full rounded 3PL. We can't do all the different things they can do. We can't do prep services. We cannot do business to business, large orders, stuff like that. But I would say we're an outsourced network to allow you to get your product distributed to all regions. So, really why to use Deliverr is if you want to be able to offer 2-day next day at a very competitive price for your direct to consumer orders, that's why I would use Deliverr. You send in one stock, we distribute it, and then we can hook up with any number of sales channels and get you badging. So it's about like utilizing us for what we do. And that's, the direct to consumer. Like, don't use us for everything else. And keep us separate than FBA, because FBAs can help you win on Amazon. But I would say that's our niche, is offering Prime like everywhere else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's your unique selling proposition in a way, right? And more like this is what you do. Like, that's your thing. You just do quick shipments. So if somebody has a perfect Shopify store, right, and have only 7-day shipments, which is nice, right? But then they're like, let me plug in Deliverr and have this boost of, say, 2-day shipping, which, as you mentioned, is the thing that actually pulls a lot of customers in, because it's so fast.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you don't necessarily believe that it's going to pull the customers in, talk to your rep about doing a trial. We call them CPA trials, and that's essentially where you can start with just one SKU. What we would do is we would hook you up to some dynamic badging. First, that would be through Shopify, then Facebook and Instagram and Google Shopping. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually take your campaigns and segment it into people that we can give them a message that says next day delivery or 2-day delivery. So you take one of those products, you test it out and see what impact on my customer acquisition, my CPA, did these badges have? And I think the proof is in the pudding there. So it's like, use this for what we do best, outsource it to our network, and just see the impact of 2-day next day. You don't need to commit to us. You can start with one SKU just to kind of make sure it's correct.
Pretty cool, man. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, answering the questions, man. It's pretty cool. Tim, another question. Actually, I said it was the last, but do you have some sort of goodie for the audience that we can take advantage of for my audience here, or people who are just watching that stumbled upon the video, as with working with Deliverr, some like pretty cool thing, whatever that is?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things that I really, really like about Deliverr, and also like, being on the sales team for this product, is that I honestly think it's a fit for every merchant. We're super flexible. We're like an outsourced network. We have flat rate upfront pricing. You don't need to commit to us at all. And so what we're going to be able to offer is $100 credit to get your account started. So that's to say, we'll give you the $100 credit. You can start with a small test shipment and just see how it goes. Maybe inbound one SKU for one channel, add a few other channels, eBay, Wish, whatever it is, and start seeing more sales happen there. But what the offer is if you sign up through this video, we'll give you $100 just as a way to sort of like pad that first test, and allow you to sort of like dip your toe in and just see how powerful the tool is.
Pretty cool, man. So we're going to have a link. It's going to be an affiliate link down in the description for those who are watching. That means if you ever join Deliverr and start making business with them, I'm going to get a little commission for that from Deliverr with no extra cost. You actually was able to talk to Tim, and you see he's able to give us pretty cool discount. And I would believe it's going to be good to also tell people that, if you decide to work with Deliverr, just talk to your rep.
For sure, definitely utilize your rep. They want to be like your internal advocate. So absolutely utilize them. I'd say like, even, from our relationship here, like, that's how we're able to offer different types of credits, help you get your cases escalated. It really comes down to like, it is a self-serve system, but we're very merchant focused. And so utilize your rep to help you navigate that internal system. And I think that's the people who do that get the best experience.
Thanks, man. Tim, before we wrap it up, is there a message you want to send to the world, maybe to our audience? Why not? Because maybe people in the future are going to be like, hey, 5 years from now, like, hey, this is Deliverr Video. Look, we're now in Asia. We're now in, they're going to see us. Or there's not going to be even a world then. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. 5 years.
Let's try. Let's do an experiment. Let's see what. But yeah.
What I would say is, and I don't want to give away too much here, but I do think we're going to have expansion into other countries. We're going to be working into offering a higher level of delivery, specifically like same day. And I think that's really where we're going to start bridging the gap with like actual like retail stores and e-commerce. Is if I can order, a shirt in the morning and I can have it by that afternoon, why am I going to go to a store anymore? So that's part of it, is I think we're starting to bridge that gap. The next thing, and I'm just going to kind of throw it out there, is I think there are going to be new commerce platforms, like social commerce platforms that are up and coming. And I think they could become very significant in e-commerce in general, specifically like Facebook, Instagram. They already have all the traffic. It's just a matter of turning it into a platform where people can buy directly. And I think those are going to be some new, very exciting channels that I think Deliverr is very well positioned for. So the merchants that are using us now are going to get first crack at or first opportunity to get into these social commerce platforms. And so I think that's a big opportunity, is totally new marketplaces with some of the most traffic in the world, you know?
Yeah, I think people are getting into e-commerce now. It's a great time. I talked with a friend yesterday. It was like, dude, like you're doing Amazon, you're doing that and this, pretty cool. You know, I didn't get on time. I'm like, bro, I'm not sure, man. You know, that's what people told me in 2016, man. It was like, people told me like, yeah, the golden age was 2012, you know, and the 2012 people were like, bro, the golden age was
right now.
But it is like, I know it sounds like cliche, you know, kind of, but it is, Drew. Like it's just.
Here's the thing is like, I mean, definitely like COVID and everything, like I don't want to say it threw a wrench, but it definitely changed what was going on and like the trajectory of Deliverr. And as a result, what I thought was really exciting was this July, we actually set a record for most orders in a day, and that surpassed our volumes from the previous Black Friday. So it was literally like Christmas in July. And then in September, and coming into October as well, is we started having consecutive days of records. Like this day we got the most orders. Oh, the next day we got the most orders. So to that, what you're saying there is, I mean, e-commerce is growing very, very, very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So may we all grow, bro, and you know, reach our goals, have a good life, man. You were cooking bread beforehand, right? And may we, you know, learn to create food, you know, for families, be that in creating it like physically or make money to feed our, you know, I mean, like, yeah, I just wish people good life, man. Thank you for coming. I hope, you know, if we could do more videos, could be nice, man. I think it was really fun. To me, it was.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like, let me know any feedback or anything like that, you know, definitely open to it. I enjoyed this and boom.
Thanks, man.
Talk to you later.
Man. So have a great day. Thank you a lot. Really, thank you. Thanks, man.
Yeah, have a good one. Bye.